Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last edition for the first quarter of what's going on in the real estate market in Chicagoland. So, we're going to dive into some numbers of what's been going on in the last week of March. So, let's jump in. So, the last week of March, we saw 1,900 homes close. Now, that is up from last week where there was only 1,787 homes that closed, but it is down from a year ago this time. So in the end of 2025, we did see more closed homes than we are seeing in 2026 for the month of March. So something to keep an eye on. But here is the good news is that homes that went under contract this last week was a 10-month high, meaning that 3,391 homes went under contract last week. That's the highest number we've seen in 10 months, and that's a 14% increase week over week. And it's also an 11% increase from this time last year. So hopefully that will be a sign of closed transactions coming soon, right? In terms of new listings, this has also been encouraging for new buyers, is there were 5,049 new homes that came on the market last week. So that's up a little bit from the week before, 4,800. But what we like to see with this graph is how are we doing compared to last year. So we're seeing that it's pretty even in terms of the number of homes that hit the market this same time last year. So this spring market in 2025 and the spring market in 2026 are looking very similar in terms of new homes hitting the market. But we do expect this type of activity as the weather starts warming up here in Chicagoland, and we are seeing the spring market in bloom. Rented listings, we're still seeing rentals. Now, active properties on the market. We have 37,845 active homes currently on the market. So we've bounced off the lows where we saw in January, we were down to 34,000 homes. This is still well below what a balanced market would look like, but at least it's a good trend showing that we're getting more homes on the market for the buyers out there. All right. Now, this is MLS showing activity. So based upon how many showings happened in January 1 of the year, how many showings are currently happening right now? So right now, we are seeing 37% more showing activity than the first week of January. Now, the first week of January is usually always slow, but we are seeing a almost 40% increase in activity, and that has a lot to do with the seasonal market here in Chicagoland. And the most important slide for many of you is sold prices. So median home prices was $336,970 for last week. Now, that is down from a week ago where it was 355,000, but that seemed more like an outlier because we see 335, 340, 330 as the previous weeks. But the encouraging part to look at in this particular graph is that the home prices from this time last year was 315,000. And so we are seeing a $20,000 increase or a 5 to 7% increase in median sale prices year over year. So this is showing that the housing market is still very strong in Chicagoland. But if you are a seller or a buyer, please let me know because we have different strategies based on what your goal and objective is. But I wanted to keep you guys informed of what's going on in the Chicagoland market. If you have any questions that I can help with, please reach out. You can leave a comment or message me directly, and I would be happy to help. All right. Well, have a great Easter weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next week.